Hello Steelers, and welcome to this bench report. Another one. Another week's gone and I've got loads more stuff to talk about. This has been quite a big old week actually. There's been a lot has come in. Somebody did ask me in the comments if I would do a talk about some of the paints and stuff that I use. I can't remember who he was. I do apologise. I've lost your comments somewhere in all the comments on the channel, but I will do that at some point. Not in this one because I've already got so much to cover anyway in this. But I promise I will come back to the paints at some point in the future and just talk about those. Well, first of all, really just to remind you that there is a Facebook group now for Storm of Steel Wargaming. I'll put the link in the description. It's probably already down in there anyway, but just go and join that. All it needs is approval from me. I'm sorry I'm not on Facebook 24/7, but as soon as I see anybody who's added to the group, then I'll accept you straight away. Just somewhere to post your pictures and videos and blogs or any other things that you're doing hobby wise. Get in there and get it pumping. There's already about 70 plus members, so it's just really nice. So I'd like to get that bit more populated. But so join that if you can. What I forgot to mention as well in the last bench report was, I didn't forget to mention it, but I forgot to show you is the aircraft that I'd painted for the Algernon Pulls It Off Wave 1 that Jim sent through to me, and by the magic of TV I should be able to jump over now, and you should be seeing all the aircraft that I've currently got painted for Algernon. So these are all the ones I went through, every single one that Jim sent, even the big Felix door that I'll probably never use for anything, but it's there. So that's all those, they're all done. I literally just finished those when Jim, you can see I've got a big pile of stuff here on this, Jim sent through another box of more First World War aircraft, including this fantastic Zeppelin Strachan here, but I've bagged them all up. I've basically just pulled them into things. I'm not going to take them out and show you individually because there's so many of them. These ones are all relatively early, so these are like 1915, 16 stuff, with a few into 1917. So by the time I've finished painting all these, which will be over the next few weeks, I will have pretty much all of the war that I'm interested in anyway covered, from basically 15 through to 18, so I can play any game, and I will never need another First War. I probably won't even want to look at another First World War aircraft. But speaking of those, I did start up straight away with 4 Fokker E3s, the Eindeckers. I keep saying my favourite aircraft of the First World War. It's pretty much every aircraft in the First World War is my favourite aircraft of the First World War. So I painted these ones quickly, just I wanted to paint them really, to get them painted up. And then also I did make a start on these DH2s as well, de Havillands. Unfortunately I haven't gone much further than these apart from painting their undersides, because I've just been chipping away at these while I've been doing other stuff today. This is on Saturday I'm recording this. So they will probably be finished on Sunday. There's not much left to do on them, but I'll have them finished by the end of the weekend, I should think. So at least I can get some Fokkers and some DH2s up in the air against one another. I also ordered a bunch of Brunswickers as well from Eureka. These are over here. As you can see, probably see from here, all I've done is literally stuck them onto their bases. These are for short practice. I've got, I think it's 24 line infantry and 12 skirmishers, and then some officers and musicians and things, just to create about a 50-point force. So that will be a really nice little block of force. They're black, they're Brunswickers, they're going to be dead easy to paint, so I'm not worried about them. They're just sitting there for the now. I will get to those, like those Hungarians I bought a while back. So these are some of the things I'm trying to cover at the moment. So the other thing as well that I got this week, Paul over at Sabotage did me a massive favour, and he's printed me tons of buildings for 15mm. Because I'm I'm in a bit of a point where I'm just trying to clear out some of my older buildings, some of the old handmade ones that I've got. I just kind of want to get rid of those because they've been around since, some of them since 1996, and I think, for as far as I'm concerned, they've outlived their usefulness for me. So I just kind of want to upgrade my terrain. I'll probably sell, or I might even give away the old buildings. So keep an eye out for that. If I do sell them, there won't be very much. It'll just almost be postage, just to try and recoup a bit of money from the new buildings that have come in. But the reason I wanted all these new buildings is simply just because I wanted to, like I say, really just upgrade the buildings that I've got. I think I mentioned these maybe in the live stream I did earlier this week. I've also started painting one, just the block colours on it. Very simple, just to experiment. That's not the finished product, of course. At this point, I'm just literally just blocking colours in just to see how it looks with all the different bits and pieces. And I also got some from Paint and Glue as well. These are the ones in blue. These are really nice. These you can get from Paint and Glue on their website. I think they're about £5 each, and they break into separate parts, so you can get your figures into them. The ones that I got from Paul at Sabotaged are single block pieces, whereas the Paint and Glue ones, if you are wanting to use them in skirmish games or whatever, they'll be very useful, and they're a slightly different design. They've got more stonework work on them than the others. So quite a lot of buildings to get through, and that's probably what I'm going to be pushing my way through over the next maybe a couple of months, I would say. There's quite a few there. I want to get quite a lot of these done. And also, staying with terrain, which is what I've been doing most of this week. I've got a building for Malaya. This came from Sarissa. It's out of their colonial range. It's a very typical Islamic or colonial looking building, like a little state house or office building or something like that. I've just done it in quite a basic colour. I've actually done a video on how to make and how to paint this, so that will come out at some point in the distant future, I would think. I'm not sure what the timing for that's going to be, but it will be coming out at some point. But that was a real pleasure to build. Really nice, really easy. You can mess about with it quite a lot. I did quite a lot of weathering on it, as you can probably see as well. So that's nice. That's going to be like a little centerpiece for the table when I'm playing the next game of Malaya, something for the Japanese to capture perhaps, or something like that. And also, speaking of Malaya and the jungle as well, I've also been upgrading my jungle terrain. I've had lots of old jungle pieces on CDs for a long time, so what I thought I'd do is the problem was the palm trees. You can see I've got a bunch here because I'm still working on them. A bunch of the palm trees break off quite easily, even in games or in storage. So it was just this endless cycle of having to stick palm trees back down. It was just getting me down a bit. So I just had a look around online, and I found a pretty good tutorial, I think, at Wylock's Armoury. So I followed that, and I basically made it my own as well, but followed his principles, and I've been able to do quite a lot of jungle scenery, upgraded, a bit thicker so that the palm trees are actually based in something, so they're not going to fall about. They're a bit stronger, and they just look a little bit better than the old ones that I had. So again, I've done another how-to video on that, which I'm currently working on, which again will be out probably around the same time as the Malayan house will be at some point, so keep an eye out for that. I do have a lot of videos backed up always at this point. This is the thing, and every time I make a video it pushes something else back a little bit, so stick around and you will see them in the next few months at least, if nothing else. But yeah, that's kind of. I've also been pushing those out because on Thursday, this coming Thursday, I'll be going down to the club and I'm going to be playing a game of Chain of Command Malaya with Lee. So I wanted to get as much of this terrain, this stuff finished up, ready for that basically. So that was kind of the big push for that, and also for Crackdown 2 as well. I want it finished up for that, but I know that's a couple of months off. So I just want to kind of get on top of everything before any of that kicks off. And then also this week as well, another thing that came through. It's funny because only a couple of weeks ago I'd had a massive, at the end of January I had a massive tax bill, which I wasn't actually expecting. I was able to pay it, but it kind of flattened me out for February, and then halfway through February I came into a bit more money. It just came out of nowhere, so this is why I suddenly got all this stuff. I was thinking February was going to be a real quiet month. I wasn't going to buy anything. I was just going to probably reduce some of the stuff that I've already got and leave it at that, but then suddenly I got this money, so I went a little bit wild, but it's all stuff that I'm trying to recycle and bring in and push old stuff out as well, so it's like I'm just kind of updating what I've got. So it's the same with the printed buildings, for example. And also, I mean, the jungle terrain as well. Some of the money went towards that. But one of the big things I bought was the Geek Villain road mats, which they just released recently. These are on sale on their website for £45, or if you're over in America, it's about $60. I don't know what the postage is to the States, but I think it's £5 in the UK. So I bought a couple. I bought some cobblestone roads and I bought some dirt roads as well, one of each. This then also allowed me to free up the dirt roads and the cobblestone roads that I've already got, which are latex, and there were some of the dirt roads were handmade that I've had for years. So, and both were very heavy, whereas the cloth ones are very light, very easy to use and to transport around and things, and also just easier to store as well. They don't take up half as much room. But again, I have another video coming out which is going to be a review of those. I'll probably try and get that out this week, just because I'll try and put that together and get that sent out at some point down the week, so just keep an eye out for that. And so I'm not going to say too much more about those at the moment. As I said, there's a better video coming on that anyway at some point. And then also, just in other news as well, hobby news, I did go out to the club on Thursday. I introduced one of the guys, Alex, to Undaunted Normandy. We had a couple of games, but I'd just driven back from Scotland, so I was absolutely knackered. So we just had a couple of games, and then I had an early night. But great game, always good when you're against an opponent, and I got my arse handed to me twice, which is always good. And also I've been playing as part of a Kriegspiel run by Keeper Dave. I'm afraid I don't know his surname, but he's known as Keeper Dave over on Twitter, and he has his own Discord. We're currently running a Mesopotamian 1914 Kriegspiel. I am the XO to the senior officer who for the week has been otherwise indisposed, so I've been basically sending out orders and stuff. But it's been good fun so far. With the 1914 communications, it's all going to rat shit, as I'm sure you would expect from that kind of thing. So that kind of brings it to the end, really. I think that's really as much as I can tell you at the moment is what I've done this week. Like I said, been very busy because I've had a lot of stuff come in. I see that I'm coming up on 7,000 subscribers. That won't be far off, so I'm very chuffed with that. So thank you very much for everyone who does subscribe. I'm going to be doing a big giveaway for 7,500. I did think about 7,000, but I thought no, 7,500, and then it's like 2,500 off 10,000 subscribers, isn't it? So keep an eye out for that. As I get closer to 7,500, I will announce that, and it's going to be a competition, and there will be a giveaway, and I'm sure you will like it. If you don't, well, it's a giveaway. Well, what more do you want? But that's it. I'm going to wrap up there, and I'm going to say thank you very much for watching this video and all the videos. Do like and subscribe. Drop me a message down below. If you want to help out the channel, you can do through Patreon. You can help me out through just buying me a coffee on Ko-fi, and you can even help me out by being a channel member as well. They get perks generally, which is early video releases, so do check those things out. And it just helps me here as well, just helps keep the lights on. You don't have to. I'll still keep producing these videos. Either way, makes no difference, but it's appreciated if you do. So as I say, I will wrap up there. I'll probably get back to painting these DH2s, get them finished off, and thank you again for watching.